Aquarius, we'll now be having a look to see what's coming up around this connection that you'll share with this person, what we can learn about your relationship, and any advice for your relationship or for you when you're dealing or connecting with this person. So let's lay out a few more cards with the Rider-Waite deck and see what comes up around this relationship. Okay, your next love. What kind of a connection are you going to have with them, Aquarius? Okay, Aquarius, you're coming up as the Ace of Swords, but the Ace of Swords reversed. Somehow I think that it might be a connection that you're not necessarily prepared to fight for, or you're not going to put in as much effort as this person might. There is an excitement here with the King of Wands and the Ace of Wands, which would indicate that there is some sort of opportunity here. But Aquarius, it could be that you're going to come to a place here with the Ace of Swords reversed because you are the Swords. And straight away that makes me think that you might not necessarily feel like this is a connection worth fighting for. Or in fighting for this person, you could in turn push them away. It's a very odd sort of situation that has come up in the cards. Now you do have two aces, and it could indicate that this is a relationship that may take at least 2 attempts to get off the ground. So there could be a separation in the works here for you to both work on yourselves, go separate ways, and then reunite and come back together. So the King of Wands, there's a very strong attraction that will exist within this relationship, but it's an unsettled energy. Okay, the King of Wands isn't, it would indicate to me someone who's not maybe ready for the solid commitment. It could be someone who doesn't really know what they want from you. So it's a little bit in between, potentially a little bit back and forth. But the King of Wands isn't, he sort of gets excited about other things. He's easily distracted. He's not really on course. So I think it is someone who wants a fresh start, a clean slate of a relationship, but their actions are going to prove otherwise. And their actions could be a little bit inconsistent. I don't normally read the King of Wands as an inconsistent figure. I just think he's very excitable. He's interchangeable. He likes to do things. He likes, he gets distracted by a lot of things. So this is someone that could be easily distracted in the relationship, or someone who at times will act a little bit unsettled. But you're not going to be short on passion or lust. Ace of Wands often resembling a phallic symbol. So lust, sex, intimacy. I think that's going to be big for the both of you. But notice this, there's growth, there's vegetation from the Wands, so there's lessons here. This next love of yours, Aquarius, there's a lot of lessons for you to grow and learn from, because this is growth, this is fertility, sprouting. So this is the planting of a lot of seeds. There's going to be a lot of firsts in this connection, Aqua. A lot of firsts for yourself and this person. And seeing this, I think there's a lot of karmic lessons that come into play here for you. Karmic lessons to do with this person and this relationship, and a lot of self-growth. The Eight of Pentacles is here. This is a relationship that's going to take hard work. A lot of work, a lot of investing, but Ace of Swords is reversed. I mean, it could be, it could indicate another thing. When I see the Ace of Swords reversed, it indicates there's either a no need to fight for what we need to, or there's no desire to fight for what we feel we need to. So it's either one of the two. Some of you Aquarians may come to realize that you're not bothered, or you're not invested enough to fight for this love and fight for this relationship when it does get a little bit unsettled, which at times it will. For others, it could indicate something different. For example, that Ace of Swords could very much indicate that things could happen fairly effortlessly, but I'm seeing it's more the former rather than the latter. But I think for some, you will come to experience that with the Ace of Swords. With the Ace of Swords, I think reversed, the crown is upside down, the sword is upside down. It's just something may not necessarily sit well with you. I don't know if this is this unsettledness, The Eight of Pentacles, I don't know if there's going to be a lot of conversation or concentration or focus on career for either you or him or her. But there's something that could get in the way, something work-related that could get in the way of this relationship flourishing somehow. So that's what I'm seeing. I think there is an impact here in that regard. The two aces, two attempts. I mean, Ace of Swords can also be the removal or the cutting out of things. And like I said, this person, I think, has already eliminated or cut out certain things in order to get their love life in order. So I would think that's a good thing they're bringing to the relationship. Because for a lot of you, I don't think this person is coming in with a lot of baggage. And I think this is going to appeal to you. I do. I think it's going to make things easier, but it also could make things more surface level or make things more lighthearted rather than intense or very deep. So that could also be the case, Aquarius. But let's have a look and see what the advice is for you. Aquarius, what is the advice for you? In this relationship. Okay, meditate and contemplate. There is a lot of back and forth. This is the sign of Pisces, new moon in Pisces. So there's a lot of... you're going to be sort of toying with yourself on whether to stay or go, Aquarius, and it's important you get yourself into a more fixated position, because this back and forth is not going to be healthy for the relationship. It may be you, it could be them, but I think the advice for you here is meditate and contemplate. Before you make any big decisions or change direction or change how you feel about this person, you need to think more deeply about things. Pisces is a very emotional energy. It's almost like an emotional roller coaster. So for some of you, you might have to sort of grasp and wrestle with your emotions and sort of confront them much more than you previously have, Aquarius. Because I do feel like there is an opening for things to become deeper. New moons indicate new starts. So this might be this relationship could kickstart a new way of you falling for people. So it's going to take this person and this love for that to happen, Aqua. But I think when it does, there's two fishes here. So maybe you could both, I think there's in one aspect, you'll both be a little bit dual. And they did have that Two of Pentacles underneath. So there could be a bit of back and forth here that you may have to deal with amongst yourselves. But think very deeply and discuss things deeply together in detail, in depth, before you make drastic decisions that affect you or the relationship, Aqua. I think that's important. Okay, we've got surrender to the divine, full moon. This is about having trust, having faith. Oh, I've actually got two cards there. This is about trust and faith, surrender to the divine, full moon. Divine can speak of fate, serendipity. It's almost like the universe is going to push for this relationship in a way, or the divine, your spirit guides, your angel guides, call them what you will. You may feel like there's a higher calling, there's a reason why this person has been brought to you. And I did touch on karma and lessons being tied into this relationship, Aqua, and this has sort of verified that for me. So it's almost like a clarification, if you will, that you have to surrender to the master plan, so to speak. Not to submit entirely, but surrendering to the divine, surrendering to things that will be good for you, that may push you out of your comfort zone and take you at a place where you've never felt before, Aqua. But I think it's going to take you to a beautiful place, like maybe opening up your mind and trying new things, or moving in with someone, or saying I love you, or being different as a partner. All those things that could bring you a lot of benefits and rewards emotionally. This is what I think the surrendering here. But it could also be surrendering and submitting when it comes to arguments and sort of backing down when you need to. So I'm going to go with the saying you have to pick your battles here, Aqua. I think that's very important for you. And it's a full moon, so it's in order to end unhealthy cycles or end certain behaviors, there might have to be surrendering or submission on your part in this relationship. You also have hold your vision. Okay, so This is an element of stubbornness, okay, and sort of contradicts surrendering, because when we're holding our vision, we're fixated on something. And you can see that we've got a fixed moon here. So holding your vision is very important, Aqua. You have some ideology already coming into this relationship of how or who you want this person to be. And I think the tough part for you is this person living up to the dream or the idea or the vision that you had, and you shouldn't let go of that. Okay, it's important to keep those values and to keep the vision that you had for yourself, because I think that's indeed very, very important to you, and it's something that you're going to need to hold on to. Okay, holding your vision. This is important to keep your opinion true, I think, in arguments, in values across the relationship. This is, you're fixated on something here. And sometimes you have to stay fixated and not so wishy-washy here, Aqua. So that could be a bit of a challenge here for you. Let's see what else comes up. Last card, what's the advice for Aquarius? Okay, don't let pride get in the way. Okay, there could be a lot of pride in this relationship. This is Leo energy, protectiveness, possessiveness, pride, ego, full moon in Leo. So it's almost like ego inflation, either for you or for them, and this is something that you're going to have to sort of back down on. It could be that you might clash with this person in some ways, and I do think you share a lot of similarity because of air traits. But if you let pride get in your way, it could be destructive to the relationship. And it might be that, again, I'm going back to the saying where you'll have to pick your battles. At the same time, yes, you need values and expression, etc. But I do feel like there could be certain situations where a prideful comment or a prideful gesture or their lack of can cause a bit of ruffles in the relationship. So pride is the big thing you're going to have to deal with. Either this person's pride or your own pride. So there's a lot of self-reflection. I think it's almost like you're going to be like a mirror is going to be placed to you. And you're going to see a lot of your own qualities in someone else. And it's going to really make you think about the way you conduct yourself, Aqua. So very interesting reading indeed, but I will leave it at that. So thank you for watching, Aqua.